Hello, Dolly friends. Thank you so much for joining me here at the Doll Coven. Today, I wanted to do a VR or a video response to the lovely Cherish over at Toot Sweet's Dollhouse. She did a video recently, which was like a Blythe doll review, and she went through all the releases in 2024, just talking about each of them and her opinions about each. And she then asked everyone at the end, what we all thought of the Blythe dolls that were released last year. And I am so glad that you asked, Cherish. It was such a fun video, and I definitely wanted to respond. And I will say this, however, Cherish's video, which I will link, please, I encourage you, if you haven't seen it, I encourage you to watch it. It's You can tell it took a lot of time and effort and editing to do that video. And so I'm just going to put a word of warning out there that my video is not going to be nearly as polished and refined. I'm just going to be casually chatting here, and I'll throw up some screenshots and such. But if you want like the specs and the nitty-gritty details of all the dolls in 2024, again, you got to check out Cherish's video because she supplies all that for you. I would also like to echo what Cherish says in her video, which is that these are just my personal opinions and reflections. I don't mean any disrespect, so please don't take it personally. We all have our own individual tastes and preferences, and that's part of what makes this doll hobby and community so much fun. I will likely be looking in various directions as I refer to pictures and also my notes so that I don't get sidetracked. Let's get started with the first doll of 2024, and that would be Zoe and her pet fish. This doll did not grab my attention at all. I love all things cat, but I totally bypassed this one because I'm not really into animal costumes. I do like hats and headbands that have ears on them. I have a couple pull-ups that do have those pieces as part of like an animal costume, and the one has like a squirrel tail. So pieces like that are fine. I'm just not into the onesies. Also, just generally not into blonde hair. In my collection, I do have a few fair-haired gals, but on the whole, I'm just not really attracted to a lot of blonde-haired dolls. I will say that in watching Cherish's video, that's the first time that I really saw up close what Zoe looks like out of the cat costume. And I gotta say, I mean, she's a pretty doll. All of these Blythes are pretty dolls, um, and the hair color is actually pretty. It's this like nice yellow blonde. But what I liked more than that is that it's like a bob, which is really awesome. I think we need more shorter hairstyles with the Blythes. So I will say she's quite cute outside the cat costume, but in general, just too many factors that really did not pull me toward her. The next Blythe is Coquette Lumere, and I do have this one. She is not in her stock because I have her dressed up for the new year, and Lunar New Year is coming at the end of the month. But this doll, so I was initially kind of torn with this doll because when I first saw her, even though she is also fair-haired, I just thought her face was beautiful. I thought the stock was beautiful. And not only that, I mean, probably one of the biggest factors is that one of her eye chips is this purple color. I am a harlot for purple. And one of my Grail Blythes has been Anna Sweet, I think is the name. with the black hair and one of her eye chips being a purple set. And so I saw Coquette and I thought, well, I love her stock. I love the eye chips. Maybe if I got her, I could dye her hair black. I know, scandal. Um, so ultimately, I took the chance and put her on my birthday wish list, and my husband did get her for me. And when I unboxed her and saw her in person and the hair, especially, I was just like, I think I'm going to leave her alone because the hair is, to me, it looks more pink than really blonde. So I just thought it was beautiful. Just on the whole, she is such a lovely doll and has that wow factor for me, as she is, that I ultimately decided to leave her be. And I'm very happy to have her in my collection. Like, aside from the purple, even her other eye chips are really pretty. You've got that light blue, you've got that kind of lighter, I guess, brown, and then this other shade of light blue. I mean, and the eyeshadow is like this brown color. Just everything about her, even the placement of the blush being a little different, more towards the eye, which I have noticed being a trend, especially in Asia. I've noticed that. So I just really, I think they knocked it out of the park with this one. Next Blythe release was You Are For Me. This one, I, even though she's blonde, I do love that kind of, it looks almost like a white blonde. And I am very much into hair color that is like a white, silver, gray. Of course, darker haired gals, and then like fantasy color. So she wasn't necessarily out of the realm for me. And I know that people are two ways about her face up, especially the color of the lips. I personally liked the color. It has this very kind of matte, like late 90s, early aughts look to it. So I actually kind of enjoyed that against the kind of white blonde hair. I was not so much a fan of the blue dress that she comes with. I mean, I do like the red bow, the black platform shoes, and the little purse. The blue dress, not so much, didn't really grab me. I did like the other outfit that she came with like the black top and then the pinkish skirt. But in the end, the wow factor just wasn't there for me. And so I kind of quickly forgot about her, which is a sign, that you don't need that doll in your collection. Next release was Aldridge Timekeeper. And I really don't have any kind of constructive criticism or anything like that. I think she is another lovely doll. I am, the Alice in Wonderland White Rabbit theme is one that I very much enjoy. I was really into the Disney movie. I have read the original novels. Like, they're just whatever for me, but I was definitely all about the old school movie. And so I really do enjoy that theme. I think, yeah, outfit is really cute. She is fair haired. She has purple eye chips, so that is a plus. But ultimately, I think I did not pull the trigger on her because I have another doll that scratches that itch, and it's not a Blythe, it is a pull-up, but it's my optical Alice. And while she is not the White Rabbit, it's within that same theme. I think that just in terms of even coloring, she has whiter hair, but still it's like similar coloring. Uh, the stock with the black and white. And so I just felt like, oh, I have her, so I don't really need Aldridge Timekeeper. Juliet's Choice. Okay, this one really tempted me. mainly because of her stock. And she's just a beautiful doll. The hair seemed to have like a purplish tinge to it, and so I liked that. I liked that it wasn't the whole like fringe hairstyle with the bangs. There was a center part, which while I liked that, I also questioned whether it would be hard to style her hair without a hairband or some type of hair accessory to keep her hair back. So that was a question in my mind. Eye chips, all the colors are fine. Um, Really, the main pull was like the stock. Her dresses are stunning. She was on the pricey side. For a time, she was sold out and hard to get. And I think I just I kind of gave up. Like I wasn't tenacious enough or persistent enough. And I was still on the fence as it was. And so I didn't get her. And for the most part, I feel like people really were happy and satisfied. I did have a Dolly friend who she said in retrospect, it was, Juliet was maybe a little underwhelming for what she paid. Um, but, to each their own. And I will say, her response made me feel a little better about the fact that I don't have her. And, looking at pictures of her now, I can very much appreciate her and feel like I'm okay not having her. Next Blythe release was Chloris Country Life. Yeah, no, nothing about this doll was my cup of tea. When I saw her, yeah, I felt nothing. Yeah, I'm not into the kind of country farm girl theme that they were going for. So not really a whole lot to say. She was just not for me. Perfectly serviceable, cute doll, just not meant to be part of the doll coven. Next up is Donna Donut, another one that just did nothing for me. I did like her stock, like the colors of her stock, with the red and the pink and the white. I just didn't like that it was giving waitress. Did very much appreciate the donut theme. Love me a good donut or three. Okay, next up we have Kendra, the bibliophile. Another fair-haired gal. I do appreciate that they really went all out OTT on the book theme. I mean, books printed on her dress, which I thought was cute. Her bag was in the shape of a book. Not mad at that either. I wanted to like the hat, but there's just something about it, and I don't know. I can't put my finger on what exactly. Like maybe the shape of it, like the style of hat. And I also really did not care for the writing on the ribbon of the hat. You just had like biblio repeating all around. And to me, that was just like, okay, we're picking up what you're putting down. I don't think we needed that detail. Another lovely doll, just not a part of my collection. Heavenly Strawberry. I gotta say, this Blythe, lot of fun. Uh, she caught my eye because, of course, you've got that bright pink fantasy hair, which I am very much a fan of fantasy colored hair. If I were to change her out of her stock, would I even have anything that would really complement that shade of pink? And that's, for me, the tricky part of fantasy colored hair, finding the outfits that really go with the doll and really complement, for the full look. Also, the orange eye chips. Wasn't a huge fan with the shade of orange and the fact that they were front facing. I actually think that orange and pink can go very well together, but it's just, it depends on the shade, the color combo. And so, just my personal taste, I was not really into that particular color of orange that they chose for her. Lavendula Babe. This one is still a contender. I haven't made up my mind yet, but I am strongly, strongly tempted by her. First and foremost, hello, her hair, just a beautiful shade. And I like all the eye chip colors. I mean, I wouldn't have been upset with maybe a different shade of purple for, well, Lavendula. I understand why they didn't go that route, but again, a whore for purple. I think her stock is really cool with like the coat and the furry leg warmers, as well as the two-piece light blue and white outfit. So yeah, this one, yeah, still thinking about this one. Uh, is it even, I think it's still available on the Junie Moon website, right? So she hasn't sold out yet. So I still have some time to think about it. Final Blythe release for 2024, Keita Maruyama for Blythe Jade Garden. I hope I got that right. A beautiful doll. Dark hair, finally. I think our only release of 2024 with like substantially dark hair. So, I mean, I probably would have been more tempted by her had her hair been even darker, but I do appreciate the kind of purple tint to it. I liked all the eye chip colors. The outfit's pretty. I think that they were wise to not choose a green, like jade colored outfit for her. That would have been way too predictable and on the nose. Honestly, as cute as that panda bag is, I confess that it threw me initially when I first saw this doll because it just didn't seem to go with the rest of the stock. I mean, the panda was very kawaii, and I wouldn't categorize Jade's outfit that way. But then I came to learn that pandas are like a thing for this designer, Keita Maruyama. So after learning that, I was just like, oh, okay, that tracks. Jade Garden also comes with like this specialized pull ring, which isn't even a ring, I don't think. It's like more of like a flat disc with the designer's name. Unpopular opinion, not a fan. In general, I'm not a fan with like writing or designer names splashed on a doll. Overall package is beautiful. And I am happy that the collectors who acquired her um, thought that she was, worth the price, and they just seemed very satisfied and thrilled with the doll they received. So that is awesome. As a recap, great quality dolls, like Cherish was saying in her video, mainly fair-haired, fair-skinned, so no diversity in this lineup, which is a shame. Also, the hairstyles feel very samey. I am I do recognize the fact that there are limitations given, I guess, the scalp of the Blythe and like how I guess the hair's rooted. I don't know. I'm not a doll expert, but there's got to be a reason that they keep going with the same three hairstyles over and over, but at the very least they could give us more bobs and shorter haired looks. That would be something that would make me happy. In 2025, we have two dolls so far that we've been made aware of. First is Love Jayla. She is a dark-skinned doll. Finally, that thrills me so much. I gotta say, I'm not quite sure about the blonde hair with the skin, just like the tone, like the shade of that particular blonde with that particular shade of doll skin. I can't make up my mind about it. Like, I think that it wasn't a predictable choice, like color choice, even though again we're going blonde here, but up against her dark skin, I like that they didn't go with I like that they weren't predictable. about it. That's not what I would have thought they would have chosen for their next dark-skinned gal. I just am not sure if I'm loving the color combo. I almost like, stock photos are great and all, so we do have, you know, actual photos and not just the sketch. I would like to see her, like when people start getting her, what's really helpful for me are to see like collector photos and collector videos. I think that that has helped me in the past, and maybe that'll be the deciding factor of whether she enters my doll coven, if she's even available. I don't know. She sold out by. I'm sure the pre-orders probably sold out. I haven't checked the Junie Moon website for that. You know, she comes with two outfits. I'm not so much a fan of the pink one. I do like the white one. I think that's beautiful against her dark skin, and I'm loving me the bucket hat. So just in general, like overall package seems pretty cool. And you guys will have to let me know if you have pre-ordered her yet. And then the second doll for 2025 that we only have sketches of is Silent Lucretia, I believe. This one. This one I might have to stalk a little more fervently because a goth is totally my cup of tea. And just based on her sketch, like I'm curious to see the eye chips. And I'm just curious in general to see more of her. And so I'm excited and looking forward to when stock photos are actually released. But just from the sketch, I feel like the dress is amazing, and love me gray hair. That is a shade that I feel like a lot of people aren't into with dolls, but I am very much into gray, like silver hair. So she is ticking a lot of boxes for me. I do have some non-stock, you know, cloned Blythes that give goth, but not a stock Blythe. And I think I would like to have one for the coven. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out for her. That was my Blythe in review for 2024. Thank you so much again to Cherish for her amazing video. It was fun to respond in this way. Let me know your opinions in the comment section below. You know, which dolls did you end up acquiring? Which dolls did you pass on? What do you think about the upcoming releases for 2025? Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will catch you in the next video.